Hey, welcome back to part two. Now, we are diving into this new era of virtual selling, right? And leveraging it on all social media platforms. Now, whether it's LinkedIn in the B2B space, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, it doesn't matter, right? This buyer first selling realm is here, right? And this is what LinkedIn is really pushing. And by adopting these things, we're seeing not only our clients, but other people grow, right? You're getting access to information that won't be out for at least a few years, or at least fully understood in how it works within a business to actually turn it into customers. That's the big difference, right? Now we're going to hop right in because part two is about share readily, right? And this one speaks especially home to me because I used to do it wrong. And my best guess is that 8 out of 10 people watching this are currently doing it wrong if you're valuing communication or trying to attract new customers, right? Now, what do I mean? Now, everyone messes this up because they think it means spamming, sharing readily, right? You got to just send all this information to them. And for whatever reason, they're going to say, you overwhelm me. I want to become your client, right? I've never heard anyone say that. My best guess is you haven't either. Now, I used to catch myself doing that once in a while or being extra disciplined with follow-up to the point that it was annoying, right? But I would do it while maintaining somewhat of a decent tone, but it didn't work. So at the end result, it didn't help them and it didn't help us or our company. Now, what is the difference, right? Now, as an example, it's being transparent about what the services there are, right? And we talked about it in the previous part, but it's coming into this conversation as a problem solver, not a salesperson, right? And when we're listening and asking the correct questions, we have a good understanding of where they're at. And if we've done our pre-work, we know a good amount about the professional and their company, right? Now, our goal here is to help identify exactly where they're at as we're the experts of whatever product or service we're selling, and then making sure they are fully educated about what's out there, right? And the difference here is that it might blow your mind, but some of the best salespeople or high quality communicators will talk about their competitors, right? And I will honestly hop on a call. And if I realize at some part it doesn't make sense, or maybe there isn't the right fit, or I'm not going to try to rush this because I know they're actually not ready to bring on a sales system that's going to bring this many customers this quick for like another 3 to 6 months. So what do I do instead? I go out of my way to either recommend a service or a fellow, person in my network to connect with. Now, I don't make any money there. That's completely fine. All I'm saying is truly being in a position that we want to help this individual. And when we do it authentically and we provide that value up front, people sense it, right? And when it does come time for any kind of follow-up or sending a value-based article like we talked about in part one, people just respond. It's magic. It's magic. Now, talking transparently about trade-offs is really what I'm getting at, right? I had a call this morning. I think I've probably taken at least 13 sales calls today, along with 4 interviews. It's been a wild day. Now, this is really what I want to hit home. Buyers have already done their work. They're already informed. They want you to give them insights that are going to change their perspective on and give them clarity about their true business challenge, right? Now, they're not coming in to be sold, right? And they have access to all of your competitors and they are shopping around. Coming in and providing that authenticity is really what we've seen stand out. And I know firsthand, just understanding how these algorithms work within social media, they leverage this too. Your results are better when you're doing this because you're increasing the user experience, right? And that's what the developers of every social media platform want. Now, when it isn't the right fit, being able to honestly say, I just don't think this is the right time for us. And I really recommend, connecting with this person, or here, I'm going to send you the link to this, right? And I'm going out of my way to not just say, oh, you should probably connect with this person. I will go find that person's LinkedIn profile and URL and send that to them. Or I will quickly look up a YouTube video that I know I've watched in the past that would help them with this question, right? These are all the different aspects. But what's wild is when I get off, we conclude the call and let's say it's not the right fit. I'll figure out a follow-up date to have it scheduled that makes sense. And let's say it is 3 months later, right? When I do follow up, usually if it's 3 months, I'm going to follow up in a month and a half or 2 months just with a quick update and provide some value, right? That's a good place for a value-based article. Now, when I do that, it's almost automatic. The success is unreal when you do reach out in that time-bound state where you give them the time and the space, but they know that whole time that you were the one that went out of their way to provide free value. Now, do you like to work with people that go out of their way to help you? I think of teachers that have helped me in K through 12. You probably have a couple that you can name. Who was your favorite teacher, right? They went out of their way to help you. It applies in the exact same way in business. And when you really want to get that viral or the viral ripple effect of how good your product or service is, but most importantly, how awesome you are as an authentic professional living congruently with your values, everyone wants to speak about it. When you get them results within fulfillment too, now you're speaking on a company that's going to continue to grow, right? Now, what's really exciting is getting into this next part, right? In part 3 on this next video, we're going to be talking about solve, don't sell. This is one of my favorite parts because this is where I get to leverage some of the communication tactics that I've learned in maintaining authenticity. We'll see you on the inside.